Thank you, Mr. Robinson. One of the things that we that makes us unique here at Tuskegee is that our college is integrated in terms of our research and extension. As the intent, we think back to George Washington Carver, Thomas Monroe Campbell, and Booker T. Washington was to take the most pertinent and most useful information from the research from campus and bring it help address the issues that they're facing. So this is what we continue to try to do today. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to give about 5 minutes apiece to three researchers. Two of them are PhD students, one's a master's student, that are focusing in on issues in the Black Belt of Alabama. And they're going to give you a little bit of information on the research that they're doing so that you may be familiar with it as they are getting ready to conduct some focus groups and interviews. So we want you all to be very comfortable and familiar with the information so that when we do come with our agents to collect information, you all already have a sense of what it is that we're doing. And we will be getting back to you with those solutions. So the first speaker is let's see, Ms. Folashade Adalumo Ntam, and she will talk about her research in food systems and food security.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shange.
You're welcome.
Okay, can everybody see my screen? I think so. Okay.
Yes,
so,
yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Like Dr. Shange said, my name is Folashade Adalumo Ntam, and today I'll be discussing a little bit about my dissertation. I'm with the IPPD program, that's the Integrated Public Policy and Development Program at Tuskegee. I'm a PhD candidate, and my topic is take what you have to make what you need. Can small-scale African-American farmers help alleviate food insecurity in Alabama, Black Belt counties? Here are my advisors. So historically, we know that Black Belt counties have a disproportionate number of food deserts, and this is something that really affects the residents. It affects them nutritionally, health-wise, and also economically. I'm so sorry. And economically. So what we want to do, or why do we really need to study this? And it's because it leads to poor health outcomes in the Black Belt. And in the belt, we know that African American, the population are really high in this area. That means that, well, if we don't address this situation quickly, it's going to continue to lead to poor health outcomes amongst the population. Also poor educational outcomes and less food choices, and the foods are more expensive. And the goal of this, it hits in like twofold. The first half is to increase the nutritional quality of food and the life of local residents. The second part, which is a huge part and which I'm going to be collecting data for right now, is increasing the markets and income of small-scale farmers, because that is what we really have in Alabama, and that's who we majorly address at Tuskegee University. So who are these are the targets right now? We are hoping that we can see how can African-American farmers assist consumer living in food desert. One thing we know that even though we have a lot of food desert there, we also know that we have a lot of farmers, small-scale farmers, African-American farmers that are part of the land, that they are vested because they see it as they are part of the people because they are in their community. So this we know because we have about 4,000 more than 4,000 farmers in Alabama, and about 55% of them are located in the Black Belt. So we think this is a good number, and this will they will be able to address the disparity we see when it comes to having food insecurity in the Black Belt. Also, how can our county agents assist the research and use the findings to assist the citizenry? Just like Dr. Shange said, we will be getting back the information, the findings from this research back to the community through the agent. So this is one thing that we'll look at. Then when will this data collection be? It's actually ongoing. It's spring 2021. Data will be collected via survey instruments, and I'll discuss a little bit more about that in the next few slides. Now, this is where my target location is. It's going to be the 18 Black Belt counties of Alabama specifically, but we also want other people from different parts of Alabama, if they're given the opportunity, to also fill the survey when the agent comes to them. But this is really our target area. So a little bit about the survey I spoke about. We have an online survey through Qualtrics, and also we'll be doing face-to-face interview. And I would really appreciate it when the agents do contact the farmers, that they should please fill this survey so that we can be able to gather some more information and continue the discussion to be able to alleviate food insecurity from the Alabama Black Belt counties. Now, in summary, because I know I have little time, I just want to sum up everything. The desired future is one where the African-American farmer is at the center of it all, where they're able to provide nutritional, affordable food and culturally acceptable food for the local residents in the Alabama Black Belt County. I don't know if many people were here, but during the keynote speaker, he spoke a lot about this, about how they produce affordable food. And this is one of our goals. And also, while they are doing that, not to jeopardize their own income, so that they can make meaningful profits, economically feasible. You know, they are able to do their food production and marketing in a way that it's sustainable, and also be environmentally friendly in the process. And I'd just like to say thank you so much for the time given to me. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Dr. Shange. Thank you, everyone. Now, I don't know if I have time to take questions, but if I don't, here is my contact information on the screen and my phone number. You can shoot me a text. I would respond. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Folashade. So we're not going to do questions, but please copy down her information. As we are a research institution as well, as we drive this research, we're actually equipping ourselves to better assist the farmers that we serve. So please, when you do hear from Tuskegee University Extension regarding this, please make yourself available, and we'll continue to assist you. Up next, we have Ms. Lucy Azer-Ba, another student from the Integrative Public Policy and Development Program.
Hey, Doc, can you please encourage participants to fill the survey after presentation?
Absolutely. So following up, that was John Myers, who is right now in charge of evaluations. So continue to fill them out after every session, and please do it for the USDA sessions that Mr. Jackson moderated. All right, Ms. Azer-Ba, floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Shange, and good morning, everyone. Once again, my name is Lucy Azer-Ba, a doctoral student in the Integrative Public Policy and Development here in Tuskegee University. I'm here to share some few aspects of my research work with you on assessing food loss among smallholder horticultural farmers in Alabama a case of adopting farm storage technologies as a reduction measure. So the issue of food loss has gained significant attention in recent times because food that is produced ends up not being consumed, and also the resources that are used in producing the food ends up being wasted. On the bottom right of this slide, we can see food ending at the landfill, and this equally causes environmental hazard, two hazards. On the bottom left of my slide indicates that 1/3 of food that is produced worldwide is either lost or wasted on the food supply chain or the value chain. Among these food components, fruits, vegetables, and tubers constitute the highest loss. And the data gives us an indication that this is between 40 to 50%. When we talk about food loss, we are referring to the decrease in the weight of edible products from harvest to wholesale market. And these losses are assumed to be unintentional and resulting from producers and intermediaries' inadequate practices. So again, I brought in the value chain for us to be able to look deeper at the area of food loss that this research is concentrating on. When we talk about food loss, we are not looking at pre-harvest losses on your left side, and we are equally not looking at the food waste aspect, which has to do with waste that is coming from retail, public, and household consumption. We want to refer to losses that our stakeholders on the value chain encounter from harvest through to post-harvest, storage, transportation, distribution, processing, and packaging. Thus, the reduction of food loss or food losses fall under several policy goals, which require reliable data for decision-making. Earlier on, I stated that worldwide, 1/3 of food that is produced is lost or wasted. This pie chart over here is giving us a clearer indication of what is happening here in the US. So this is nationwide data. It indicates that 44% of food or fruits and vegetables that is produced is either lost or wasted by weight. So this study is focusing here in Alabama. We are yet to see any study that had measured food loss in this state. So we really want to find out what are the losses that our farmers or our fruit and vegetable growers encounter. What is the percentage? And at what stage on the value chain that I explained earlier on do we have the highest loss? That help us to be able to know exactly what policy or what policy programs would be associated in reducing these various losses. Again, we are proposing, in this study, we are proposing the use of low-cost storage units made of bricks, sand, and saturated with water to promote evaporated cooling. We call this technology, low-cost technology, the zero energy cool chamber. This is a technology that had been used worldwide, but not in the US. I'm yet to see any study that had been carried out in the US with the ZEC abbreviated. However, studies carried out outside the US indicates that the ZEC is good enough for us to maintain our produce during summer because it can maintain an inside temperature of 15 to 18 degrees Celsius lower than the ambient temperature and a relative humidity of about 95%. In so doing, we have been able to test the efficiency of the ZEC here in Tuskegee University, precisely at the post-harvest center, and we have been able to tell that it is very efficient. However, we cannot be able to determine its low cost effectiveness, because if you can, as you can see, we only place some few fruits or some few vegetables in the ZEC and try to test its efficacy with the produce in the ZEC, and when the produce is just left under a shed after harvesting, which we all know there are produce, our fruits and vegetables are sold with weight. And definitely we will need to be able to take away the field heat immediately this produce are harvested. So again, I am requesting a farm visitation, one, to be able to assess losses on individual farms with respect to fruits and vegetables, and also to be able to place a ZEC on a farm to assess in-field losses. We really want to assess these losses because we are saying that it has worked here for us in Tuskegee University, but we cannot determine the cost effectiveness of it. We need to be able to place the ZEC on the farm with our respective farmers so that we can really determine whether it will be cost effective for them. That is why I'm here. So I thank you all for listening. My contact information is here. My email is lasariba@tuskegee.edu, and my number is 334-421-4361. Once again, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Once again, if you need to, take down that contact information. Up last but not least is Mr. Michael Kennedy, who is a graduate student at our sister institution, Alabama A&M University. Mr. Kennedy, you have the floor. 5 minutes.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't have PowerPoint prepared because this is the project I'm working on is very early stages right now. It's funded by the NSF, and it's actually a multi-state, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. And we're trying, the goal of this research right now, my work right now, I'm focusing on the Black Belt region of Alabama. Basically, we're trying to gather a list of employee contacts, minority employee contacts employed in the forestry industry within the Black Belt region of Alabama. This could be, landowners. Oh, sorry about that. Apologize. I'm at my parents' house in New York, so this is my bedroom. You can see the lining, but yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, what we're trying to figure out right now is we want to get a list of contacts of anyone employed in the forestry industry or landowners, mill operators. This can be public land such as national forests or private land. But we want to gather this list of contacts in the Black Belt region and gather attitudes, opinions, and general outlook of the forestry industry within the Black Belt region held by minority employees. So my goal right now is to gather that list. So I've been going through multiple different organizations such as the Alabama Forestry Commission, Extension Service, the Federation of Southern Cooperatives. But yeah, and that's why I'm here today. So I'm asking if you know people or have contacts of people who would be able to provide me contacts. The goal is at the end of this month or next month, we want to start sending out surveys. So yeah, I will write in the chat here. My email is mkennedy@bulldogs.amu.edu, and my phone number is 518-948-0656. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you giving me this time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kennedy. So to those who are local landowners and local farmers, you heard it here first, and you'll probably hear it again through your local county extension agent to help push the research that we need to actually assist you all better. At this time, this concludes our morning session, well, our first session. We're running a little bit behind time, but I'm gonna quickly turn it over to Ms. Karen Craig, our director for IT and communications to give some more direction as far as getting into the next sessions. And then also, again, thank you, John, in the chat. Please fill out our evaluations. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you in the breakout.